Hello, I'm Sivakumar Palaniyappan, professional speaker on leadership strategies. I just completed designing a one-day, very powerful training module for a group of senior leaders of a large organization titled Giving Constructive Feedback. How often do you give feedback to your team members? Maybe you meet them on the appraisal annual meeting or quarterly meeting or monthly review, or you might also give ongoing regular feedback then and there. But what is very important is to be an effective leader. It is very important for all of us leaders in the organization to understand the fine nuances of giving constructive feedback with which we will be able to develop and build our team members and get things done for the organization. Okay, quickly. Here are some very critical steps that you have to learn to become a leader who can give effective constructive feedback. Number one is time it right. Timing is the most important context in any feedback. Many a times I see leaders postpone things and they wait for the right moment or a team meeting to happen and then give feedback. By the time things have almost cooled down and the seriousness is no more there. So feedback becomes effective, becomes constructive only when you give it to the team member right in the right time. At that moment, when things are happening, when things are hot, when things are live, in that moment when you give feedback, that feedback becomes much more effective and constructive, and it does really wonders. So number one is time your feedback right. Number two is focus on the behavior, not on the person. Many times I see leaders, when they give feedback, they tend to focus on the person, because of which the rest of the team members thinks this is not for me but for that person alone. Instead, if your feedback is primarily focusing on the behavior, then the feedback is not only for that person but also for the rest of the team members, because everybody else would understand this behavior is accepted and this behavior is not accepted. So when you give feedback, focus largely on the behavior, on the context, on the problem, not on the person. Number three, be very objective and very straightforward. Don't try to be kind of subjective. Don't try to be giving feedback based on the person. Don't kind of tone down your feedback for one person and aggressively shout at another person. So you have to be very objective and also straight at face when you give feedback. Don't have to beat around the bush. As a leader, as a confident leader, ability to give direct at the face feedback is an important skill that you need to develop. The third point is be very direct and be very objective. Third important point is never ever give feedback or comment when you are emotionally high. When you are angry, when you are so happy, when you are upset, when you are emotionally high for some reason in the organization, never ever take that moment and give feedback, because you will tend to shout at your high-pitched voice. You will tend to kind of expose all your deep down anger on that person. That will definitely rub on the wrong side of that person and also on all your team members. So as a leader, as a manager, if you want to build an effective team with which you want to get things done and grow for your organization, it is very important and essential for you to understand and learn these fine nuances with which you will be able to give constructive, critical feedback to your team members. Thank you and wish you all the best.